Hi there. Welcome back to this session of On My Heart. You have been wonderful being with us this whole time. And today we're going to look back memory lane and look at the things that we have been going through, that we've been learning. So we started out with basic color mixing. We looked at all the tools we're going to need. We looked at techniques, ways to do things in a simple way. Hopefully, that these things will enable you to be able to paint whatever you want. And that's the idea. You don't have to follow me. You can just paint what's on your heart. And so let's get started as we look back on all the different things that we have learned through this session. Everybody, we had a lot of good fun this last season, didn't we? We learned a lot of stuff. So let's quickly recap the stuff that we started to learn. Remember, we started out with our paint swatches. So be sure to get, when you buy paint, the purest red, purest yellow, and purest blue. We're going to put these colors and all the materials you need on a list at the end so that you can take a screenshot of them and be able to have your material list all the time. And then the next thing we started with was we made our palette, which is a terrible mess, but that's okay because we've been using it. But we got out the colors with spoons from our jars, and you can keep using the spoons for every colors. We don't want to be wasteful, and so you can reuse this stuff. You can let the palettes dry and use them over and over again. So don't worry about wasting stuff. And the first thing we did, remember the first exercise, we made our color wheels. We made the red, yellow, and blues. And then we made the secondary colors, which went into the oranges and the greens and the purples. And with the purples, we added some white and some dark to get different shades. And so you can get all the different colors using these three. So don't forget that. And then we did an exercise using red, yellow, and blue, adding white and black to see how many different ones we could make. This is only a small amount. You can make infinite colors. And we did the same thing with the greens. We did greens because our first painting is a landscape. We needed to have all the different greens to be able to use. And then we got into the browns. And the browns was a combination of red, yellow, and blue together, which makes this nice muddy color. But then we added more red, more yellow, and black and white, and we did all these variations of browns. That is wonderful because in nature you see every different shade of brown. And then when we did the portraits, we did the skin tone colors, which are infinite because everybody's skin tone is a slightly different color. So we learned how to make all these different colors of skin tones. And when you practice, try and match the color on the back of your own hand. Let that be a trick because When you manage to accomplish making skin tones, then you get your master's degree in color mixing, because that's the hardest of all things, and you'll have it down when you get that. And then we did our first painting. Remember, we did the blues for the skies. We do the background first, and we put a little here for the lake. And then we built on that. We added some of the browns for the land, some of the greens for the trees, and we did that. And we did sunsets. You learned how to mix all three primaries in the same picture, which is a no-no, because when you mix all three primaries, remember, it turns to mud. But there's tricks that we learned to make an interface so that you could get the three primaries beautifully in one picture and not have them get muddy. And we learned to do grasses and different kind of trees and sunset. So that was really fun. And then we worked on portraits. Remember we transferred a picture, a photograph, we transferred it to our canvas by using the graphic paper that we made ourselves and transfer it onto the canvas. And so that worked really well. And this is kind of a realistic portrait. You can keep working on all these paintings. This is not a one-time deal. You can keep working if you want and perfect it and make it as real as you want to be, except remember this, a painting is a painting. If you want absolute reality, take a picture. That's why God invented cameras. And then we did a fun one that you can go wild and do a stylistic pictures of whatever you want. And this is the ladies, which are, everybody likes pictures of the ladies. And we just did a stylized version of this pretty young girl. So we worked on that. And then we worked on flowers. Remember how easy it was just to roughly sketch the flowers and just paint them in? And you can use any kind of flowers. You don't have to just use these kind. Just look at the flowers and see if the petals are dark in the center going to light, or if they have more dark around the edges like these ones do. There's an awful lot you can do. And the last things we worked on was our crazy, our fun abstracts, which you can do anything you want. This is just a study in color and a study in fun. And so I hope you had a lot of fun. We did a double one to where you can hang them close together. People like that, just using two canvases. Hang them close together. You can do that with regular paintings or with abstracts, whatever you like, because it's kind of fun having two small ones hanging together. Now there's a couple things you need to do to finish your artwork. And one of the things for finishing, we'll use this one, or if you want to get a really nice finished product and protect your painting, I use clear polyurethane. And I just paint it right on. It's also water-based. So you paint it right on your picture. Usually what I do is follow the lines of the picture so that you surely get it. Because when this is dry, it really polishes your picture. It only needs one thin coat, and you'll see what a difference it makes in perfecting your picture. So it's always good. Now, if you want to change a little something on your picture, you can always do that. I like to do the face nice and even so that nothing happens to the beauty spot on your picture. See, and you just do the whole canvas with this nice polyurethane coating. It dries in minutes, and it not only protects, but it gives that finished, polished look to your painting. So you want to consider doing that once you know your painting's done. Okay, so we'll put this one to dry. And there's something else very, very important. You can do this before or after you do your polyurethane finish. And that is, this is important, and you must do this for every painting. It's the law. Because when you do paintings, your family is going to treasure these paintings. They're going to love it. And your children and your grandchildren and everybody's going to love it. Your parents are going to love it. So be proud of your paintings. I want you to always sign your name. That's the rule. Only when you sign your name, okay, it's best to sign light over a dark area or dark over a light area on your painting. And you don't just sign it right at the bottom, because when you put it in a frame, then your name is cut off. So we're going to sign it about a 1/2 inch in, a nice signature. So you just write your name however you want to sign it. You can do your full name. I will just write my name. And you use the little brush, because that lets you paint lettering pretty easy. Okay, so that's about where you want your signature. So you do your signature up high enough and over high enough so when the frame goes around, it won't cut it off. You can put the date if you like. That's always can be a good idea. You can put what year or not. That just depends on you. Okay, and I want to talk to you about finishing a painting, because these paintings I really consider to be the first draft. You can make your paintings, you can make any painting very professional if you want to. You can keep working on it. You can keep working on the beautiful sky. You can keep adding more detail to the trees if you want to, or you can keep it right as it is. But you don't have to rush through this stuff. Take your time and make a painting. We rushed through it because we were on a time frame, but you don't have to. At home, the beauty of this paint is that you can keep going over and over it. It's really nice. Even after you put the finish on, if you decide you want to make a change, you can paint it again and then just put another finish over the part that you changed. But you can add detail to anything. And you can put more things in later if you want a little animal in the grass or some birds flying in the sky. You can add that. The important thing is to use your imagination. And feel free. the fun of painting is in the painting itself. Remember the first lesson that we had? We looked at all these different artists, and we saw that the people that painted what they loved are the most happy. So look around you, know what you love, and just be able to paint that. And what you can do if you put a painting on a canvas that is like a landscape, then you can use all the techniques we learned with the landscapes, but apply it to your own painting. And look at the picture that you made or the picture that you're painting from. Keep that in front of you. And then you have the landscape you transferred over to the canvas, or the portrait you transferred over to the canvas. And you can look at the real one and try and match the pictures. But don't make a photograph, make a painting. That's what we're all about here, is painting. So God bless you and happy painting for the rest of your life. Well, we have had a lot of fun this season, haven't we? And you know something? There's a beautiful text. I really love it. It's Acts 20:24, where it says our lives are worth nothing unless we use them to glorify God. That is kind of a fair paraphrase, but you know, it's really meaningful. And I hope that we're able to glorify God through our artwork. And that is a blessing and an honor to be able to do that. A painting, the old saying, is worth 1,000 words. But these words tell your story of what's in your heart. And your paintings reflect what's in your heart. And so we would love it if you would share your work with us. Send us pictures, show us your work. We want to see it and we want to share it. So please do that so we can keep in touch, because you are written on our hearts, just like Jesus has us written on his heart. Thank you so much for being with us, and we look so forward to hearing from you. God bless you all.
Hi, I'm Alex, the editor of On My Heart. Working with Buffy was a lot of fun. She even painted this quick portrait of me. When you give a gift, you make local community-focused programming like On My Heart possible. Just use the QR code or visit our website at the link in our bio to find out how. And don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more great episodes and get inspired to let loose your inner artist.